The phone rings in the middle of the afternoon, and the voice on the other end is calm and official and a little bit sorry to be the one telling you. This is the Social Security Administration. I'm calling because we've detected suspicious activity linked to your Social Security number, and I'm afraid your number has been suspended. There may be a warrant out in your name. Now, we can clear this up today, but I need you to verify some information, and I need you to stay on the line with me while we do. And just like that, the floor drops out from under you. Your number, the one thing that's supposed to be permanent, the thing your whole retirement runs on, is suspended. There's a warrant. And this patient, official-sounding person is the only one who can fix it. I'm Ray, and I want you to notice something about that call because none of it is real. Your Social Security number cannot be suspended. It just can't. That sentence, the one that put the fear in you, is impossible. And every other piece of that call, the warrant, the urgency, the request to verify, was built for one reason: to scare you past the point where you'd stop and check. I've spent years studying how these scams work and helping families get out ahead of them. So before we go one step further, let me say the thing I want you to keep for the whole video. Nobody who's ever been rattled by a call like that is foolish. These calls are engineered by professionals to hit the one nerve that makes all of us freeze, the fear of losing what we worked our whole lives for. Getting scared is not a character flaw. It's the reaction the call was designed to produce. So let's slow the whole thing down together. I'll show you exactly how the call is built, piece by piece, and then I'll show you the handful of simple things, most of them free, that take all of its power away. Before we take the call apart, I want to put some size around this so you know the company you're in. Government imposter scams, where somebody pretends to be Social Security or Medicare or the IRS, are one of the most common frauds in the whole country. In 2025, Americans reported losing $3.5 billion to imposter scams of all kinds. That's the Federal Trade Commission's own number. Imposter scams were the single most reported fraud in America, and they've held that #1 spot for 9 years running. For the government one specifically, the FTC took in more than 330,000 complaints about someone impersonating a federal agency in a single year, and that was up about 25% from the year before. So if a call like this has reached you, you are not a rare, unlucky target. You are one of hundreds of thousands of people, this year alone. And here's the part that matters most, especially for older adults. The FTC found that the number of people over 60 who lost $100,000 or more to these impersonation scams grew 8 times over in just a few years. Not because older people are careless, because they're the ones with a lifetime of savings sitting in the account, and because the scam is aimed straight at the fear of losing it. So if you felt that cold drop in your stomach on one of these calls, set the shame down right now. It isn't yours. It belongs to the person who called you. The less we whisper about this, the weaker it gets. All right, let's take the call apart, because once you can see the machine, it stops working on you. There are 4 moving parts, and they show up on almost every version of this call, whether the person claims to be from Social Security or Medicare or the tax office. The first part is authority. The call opens by borrowing the name of an agency you trust and depend on: Social Security, Medicare. The reason they lead with the badge is simple. You're far less likely to question the government than a stranger, so the fake authority does a lot of the work before they've even made the ask. The second part is fear, aimed at exactly the right target. For a working person, they might threaten arrest, but for someone on a fixed income, the sharpest fear of all is losing the benefit itself. Your number is suspended, your payments will stop, your account is compromised. They reach for the one thing that would truly upend your life, because a frightened mind stops asking questions. The third part is the takeover. Once you're scared, the tone shifts to helpful. Don't worry, I can fix this for you today. We just need to verify a few things. Now you're not a citizen being threatened, you're a person being helped, and helpful people answer questions. That's when they go for your Social Security number, your Medicare number, your bank details, or a payment to protect or reactivate your account. The fourth part is the clock. Stay on the line. Don't hang up. We have to resolve this right now, before the warrant is issued, before the account is frozen. That urgency was never about the emergency. It's there so you never get the 2 quiet minutes it would take to call the real agency and find out none of it is true. Authority, fear, a helpful takeover, and hurry. When those 4 ride in together on a single phone call, that pattern by itself is the alarm. You don't even have to know which agency is being faked. You just have to know that this is not how the real government contacts you. Now let's talk about the specific lies, because Social Security has been very clear about what it will and will not do, and once you know the list, these calls fall apart in your hands. Here is what the real Social Security Administration will never do. It will never call to tell you your number has been suspended, because a Social Security number cannot be suspended. It will never demand an immediate payment over the phone. It will never threaten you with arrest to get you to cooperate. It will never ask for your credit or debit card number on a call. And it will never, ever ask to be paid in gift cards or cash or a wire transfer. So listen for the ask, because the ask is where the mask slips. Pay a fee to reactivate your number. Buy gift cards and read me the numbers to clear the warrant. Move your money into a protected government account to keep it safe while we investigate. Every one of those is a scam, no exceptions. The real agency does not work that way, and it never will. There's a newer version of this you should know about too. The caller says there's a problem with your cost of living increase, your COLA, and that you need to verify your information or pay a small fee to make sure your raise goes through. It plays on good news instead of fear, but it's the same trick. Your benefit increase is automatic. Nobody needs your number or your money to release it. And here's the clean rule that covers all of it. The moment a caller claiming to be from Social Security or Medicare asks you to pay something or move money or reads you a threat, the conversation is over. You don't have to argue. You don't have to win. That request, all by itself, is your proof. Now I have to tell you about the part that makes these calls so convincing, because if we don't name it, it'll catch you. The first thing is the number on your phone. Scammers can fake the caller ID so that your screen actually reads Social Security Administration or shows a real Washington phone number. It's called spoofing, and it's easy for them to do. So I need you to let go of the idea that a real-looking number means a real call. The number on your screen is not proof of anything anymore. The second thing is that they often already know a little about you. They might have your address, the last 4 digits of your number, the name of your bank, and when a caller knows a detail like that, your guard drops, because you think, well, the real agency would know that. But here's the truth. So much of our information has leaked out through data breaches over the years that scammers can buy a file on you for pennies. Them knowing your address does not make them the government. It just means they did their homework before they dialed. The third thing, and this one's brand new, is fake emails and letters. Social Security's own watchdog, the Office of the Inspector General, put out a warning about a surge of fake Social Security statement emails, messages that look official, with real logos, designed to get you to click a link and hand over your login. So it isn't only the phone anymore. The same scam now arrives in your inbox and your mailbox, dressed up to look exactly like the real thing. I know how all of this lands. If you can't trust the number and you can't trust that they know your details and you can't trust the logo on the email, then what can you trust? And that's the fear they're banking on. But the answer turns out to be simple and steady, and it puts the control right back in your hands. Let me show you. Here's what I want you to see. For all the fear packed into that phone call, the suspended number, the warrant, the frozen account, the whole thing is balanced on one single point. It needs you to act inside the call, on their number, before you check. That's the seam. That's the one crack that runs through every version of this scam, the Social Security ones, the Medicare ones, the tax ones, all of them. And the good news about a seam is that once you know where it is, you can put your thumb right on it. Everything from here is about one move, getting off their call and onto a number you trust before you decide anything. None of it is complicated, and you can set the first piece up this week from your own kitchen table. The first tool is the one that ends the call for good. Hang up and call the agency back yourself on a number you look up. I want to be very precise here, because this is the step people get half right. When you hang up and call Social Security, you have to use the real number, the one printed on your official mail or on the Social Security website, which is ssa.gov. The main Social Security line is 1-800-772-1213. For Medicare, it's 1-800-MEDICARE. Do not call the number the caller gave you. Do not call a number that came in the same text or email, and be careful even with numbers you find in a hurry online, because scammers plant fake ones. A number you already trusted from the card in your wallet or the letter on your table before the phone ever rang. And while we're here, one flat rule that protects you no matter who's calling. Never give your Social Security number or your Medicare number to someone who called you. The real agency already has your number. They are not going to phone you up and ask you to read it back. So an incoming caller asking for it is not verifying you. They're stealing from you. You're allowed to hang up on a stranger, even one who claims to be the government. You can say, "I'm going to check on this and call back," and put the phone down. A real agency will still be there tomorrow. A scam falls apart the second you stop moving at its speed. The second set of tools is about locking the doors before anyone even knocks, and Social Security has quietly built some very good ones that most people have never heard of. Go to ssa.gov and create your personal account, the one they call My Social Security. Just having it means you can see your own records and spot anything strange, and it means a scammer can't create one in your name first. Then inside that account, there are 2 blocks you can turn on, and I want you to actually do this, not just nod along. The first is the e-services block. Switch it on, and nobody can see or change your personal information online, not a scammer, and not even you, until you contact your local office in person to lift it. The second is the direct deposit fraud prevention block. Turn that on, and no one can reroute your monthly payment to a different bank account or change your address online. Think about that. The scammer's whole goal is to move your money or your benefits, and these 2 free switches slam that door shut. Third, guard your Medicare number like it's a credit card, because to a scammer, that's exactly what it is. Don't read it out to anyone who calls you, and know that a new Medicare card is always free. Anyone who says you have to pay for one or verify your number to get one is running the scam. And the same money rule from before still holds. No real agency is ever paid in gift cards or a wire or cryptocurrency. If that's the ask, the answer is no, and the answer is I'm going to verify first. Now let me talk for a minute to the sons and daughters watching, because a lot of you came here and typed, "How do I protect my parents from scam calls?" I'm glad you did. So here's how you actually help, without taking away an ounce of their independence. Don't march in and warn them like they're about to fall for something. That lands as an insult, and honestly, it just makes people quieter about the calls they get. Do it the other way around. Make it a shared project that protects the whole family. Sit down together this weekend, go to ssa.gov, and set up their My Social Security account. Turn on both blocks with them, the e-services block and the direct deposit block. Put the real Social Security and Medicare numbers into their phone, saved under the real names, so the trusted number is the one already in their hand. And give them the sentence that gives them permission. If anyone ever calls saying they're from Social Security or Medicare, just hang up and call me, or call the number on your card. You will never be wrong for checking, and I will never be upset that you did. That sentence is a gift, because the reason these calls work is the fear of getting in trouble, or losing a benefit. If you don't cooperate right that second, when you tell them out loud that hanging up and checking is exactly the right move, you hand them permission to slow down, and that permission is the whole ball game. So let's bring it home. If a call like that ever comes, the suspended number, the warrant, the official on the line, the rush, you already know the shape of it now. Your number can't be suspended. The real agency doesn't threaten or demand payment or ask for your number. You hang up. You call back on a number you trust, and you never pay and never give your number to someone who called you. And if it does happen, to you or to someone you love, please report it. Not because it undoes it, but because your report is how the next call gets stopped. You can report a Social Security scam to that agency's watchdog, the Office of the Inspector General, at oig.ssa.gov. You can report any of these to the Federal Trade Commission at reportfraud.ftc.gov, and you can file with the FBI at ic3.gov. Write those down, put them on the fridge. I'll leave every one of them below this video too. Let me leave you with this. These calls are built to make you feel cornered and afraid and rushed and alone. So everything we did today was the opposite of that. Your number is safe. This happens to hundreds of thousands of good, careful people. You don't have to be afraid because you know the pattern now, and you don't have to hurry because slowing down is the entire defense. There is nothing to be ashamed of in being careful with the money you worked your whole life for. So set up that account, turn on those blocks, do it this week, and I'll see you on the next one.